started. Cool. I will start with introducing myself. So I'll start with my website. And I have here a CV section, so you can see a little bit about my background. I'm in love with Vue.js ecosystem, and in a few days, if you don't know, there is a Vue.js Amsterdam conference. I really wanted to go there, but I'm too late. Oh, sorry, it starts today. And that's the reason why I have this time, because I was planning to go to the conference and I decided to do something else. So we are here talking about the course area. I have more than 15 years experience. I'm a senior full stack developer. I started using Vue.js as soon as it showed up. I also worked with Angular and React, and Vue.js is still my favorite. Among JavaScript and TypeScript, I would choose TypeScript. In the CSS, I'm a big fan of Tailwind CSS, and everything that they're going to show you, you're going to use this tech stack, but you can also configure it for yourself. For the last years, I'm highly focused on the SEO optimizations, and I hear a lot like that the SPA or single page application are not SEO optimized, which is not true. And you can see in some of my works the proof of that it's still possible to do it. And I'm a big fan of PWA, which is an app that you can install on your phone, but basically it's just a website. A website that you install and then it becomes an app. But a lot of people don't know about this. And some examples of the PWA apps is light version of Twitter or X, and Tinder also have PWA. So you don't have to install the big, fat app. You can just go on the website and click. Usually it have like something like install an app. Yeah, on the back end, I know Node.js, PHP, Python, and I worked in e-commerce. Like I did lots of websites on WordPress. So all these things are not new to me. For the 7 years, I'm working on my own project that is called WeDance. Currently, we have 3,000 registered members. I also did another app that is called MoneyDo. It's for personal finance management. My knowledge of business started with a nonprofit organization that is called ISEC. Then I was helping with FrontConf in Munich, got good networking for like front-end developers. Then I started the 15x4. That's a nonprofit organization. It's just basically like TEDx, like TED Talks, but in the bit lower entrance level. And when the war in Ukraine started, I also started WeHelp to help with disaster and humanitarian relief. So, and on my website, you can always schedule a call with me. You'll see the time when I'm available. And in January, when we had holidays, I couldn't sleep, and basically 24/7, like I had maybe sleep like 3-4 hours a night, but I discovered some very interesting experience with AI. For the whole last year, I was using Cursor just as something that would help finish my sentences. I use a lot of AI. Like I use ChatGPT, I use DeepSeek, Anthropic, Perplexity, also the image generation, the video generation, and so on. Like anything you have about any question about AI, I can guide you, I can help you. And I started, I think it's even written in my CV, I was starting working with neural networks when I was in school. It was the diploma project I was doing. Yep. Here, I developed the car number plate recognition, so basically like OKR, from the photos and videos. And since then, I had always an idea, like, how can we make it, like, I had an idea of generating a new cards, like, you could basically take, what is it called? The top-up payment cards, where you would put in your phone like number, and it will top up your phone with some money, right? And I thought there should be a formula how these random numbers are generated. And if I get like serial number and these numbers together and just put it into neural network, then I could get the next number that is actually valid number to top up the phone. And unfortunately, I didn't continue on this idea, but I thought that would be possible. If this method is used somewhere, I think that is a valid thing to try out now with AI in C, if it can somehow hack the next number, because this is going to be a next thing in AI that's going to happen in the next 1 or 2 years, that we will be able to break any cryptographic algorithms. So whatever is cryptographically, mathematically difficult to do, you could do with AI, basically. So, and the protection of this thing would be using the new computers powered by the quantum computers. So I wrote 4 blog posts about AI, starting with a personal life management system, and then building multi-agent systems, and architect AI framework and AI secretary. So if you're looking for something that would help you to do something, you can start with architect AI framework. This thing would help you to create a new agent. For example, I'm DJing as a salsa DJ, and I create my playlist using AI, and I probably can show you that as well. Just give me a second. There should be something like open. Do I have salsa DJ? Yeah, it should be somewhere in my projects. Just give me a sec. DJing, let's see here. Here is the project. And basically what I can do here, I'll just show you it in action. So I just create a new chat. The live demo gods are not with me today. Okay, it looks like I didn't have internet or something. Okay, so I have a party tonight, Kimba party tonight. I need a playlist. So that's an example of some agent that can help me. And basically, it's not the same as a ChatGPT, because it has already some information, and it has a memory, and it has a special structure. So I already provided him some tips. I gave him all the songs that I have. It only also can access the last playlist that I had, so not to repeat the songs. And we'll see now the result that it can do. And another cool thing comparing ChatGPT to this approach is that you have it saved as the file. So you see now it created a new playlist for me. So after that, the only thing I need to do is to go to this website, Tune Music, click get started, find, put here free text, remove here all the section separation like this, and just take the names, put it over here, convert song to list, choose destination. You can choose Spotify, YouTube, whatever. Start transfer, and it will create me a Spotify playlist, basically. Okay, one song is missing, but it doesn't matter. So, and now I have a new playlist, and it took me few minutes. And whatever it is, you can create like this new agent, a new setup you can create using the architect. The architect is like architect in the matrix. It will help you create the whole setup for you to burn a baby, the AI baby, and this baby you can keep improving. So what does this DJ Salsa have as a brain? So this is the brain of this AI. So his name is DJ Salsa. His expertise is Cuban salsa, timba music, dance floor dynamics. His responsibilities is to create dynamic playlists. So he's not going to try to do anything else. So if you ask him, hey, can you create me a website? He should refuse to do it. Because his responsibility is only this. And then I provide here all the different templates that I use. For example, here is the template of the playlist. I want it exactly to be in this format. I want here to be some songs. Then I want to have another space here, then another section, and then I want here some interesting notes, interesting facts. So it also provided here some facts. So I put down here, it also splitted me up the playlist into multiple sections like cooldown and peak time and so on. And here in the notes, you see like why I chose these songs. And if you're good with the music, you can actually verify if it makes sense. So here is the template, and here I have some guide. I have here list of all the songs that I have access to, and here are some tips, like whatever I wanted to know. So this is my AI baby, and I teach it to become better in being DJ. If you have any questions, so we have this this document that there is a link in the Google Meet chat. So please feel free to go to this document and start writing new questions in that document. And I will, once in a while, I will jump here and answer those questions once you have them. So this is the AI framework, the architect AI framework. How can you use it? You just click get started. Yeah, you will end up in the GitHub repository, and you just need to follow this guide, like how to use it. So what does it do? Basically, the architect AI is implementation of the whole idea that I explained here in building multi-agent systems. What does it mean, a multi-agent system? So I have here a few slides I can show you. Maybe the best thing to start with is how to create presentations. Now you think of, we were talking about the websites. We were talking about creating websites, or like agent do this, agent do that. But you can also create presentations. So let AI create your presentations. And without AI, you need to spend hours in PowerPoint, search for nice templates, write your content yourself, fix formatting issues. You probably will struggle with design. With AI, you just chat like with a friend, get instant beautiful slides. AI writes everything, and you'll get a perfect layout every time. And you get fresh ideas. You don't have even to go looking for it. So the way how you create presentations right now with AI is, hey, I need a presentation about cats. And then it will just do some commands. And then And then you can just start adding something that you don't like. So here are some few examples, the prompts that you can use to create these presentations. And basically, that's also another agent that is responsible for helping you to creating presentation. And this agent has a different set of tools and knowledge than the DJ. You see, this is the presentation maker, and that the other one was the DJ. And now we're slowly coming to the understanding of the roles and who we are in the era of AI. We are basically have to be recruiters. We have to be a nanny that you start with a baby and then you teach that baby to be something. But focus on one specific role, like you want to have the best programmer or the best designer, and try to make AI do one thing only, like be an expert in one thing. And don't talk with AI, like also separate in your brain, who are you talking to? And make sure that you play this game good. So don't ask, you know, like a cleaning lady to program your website. So cleaning lady is cleaning, and programmer is programming. So that's the idea. You have to separate it in your brain. You have to think about different agents and what is their responsibilities. But what I'm talking about is basically called architecture of the software, where we also think about the domains, the modules, responsibilities, and so on. So that's nothing new, and it's still computer science. So here you see that this agent is an expert in creating presentations, and he is using this specific software, which is called Slide Dev. In the Slide Dev is basically just marked down as a content, and it's pretty good. You cannot break it. And then you have themes with Vue.js, and this presentation is done using that as well. And also, everything is AI generated in this presentation. So as you see, I didn't have to spend time on this presentation, and AI helped me to do it. Another example of the presentation is the one that I did about the multi-agent approach and personal life operation system. So maybe I can even do full screen. So why this matters for your team? You might have a complex project coordination. You might have a knowledge management. You might need to switch between different tasks. You might need to maintain your documentation. And another part, imagine there is a colleague that goes on the vacation or on a long leave and then comes back, and then this colleague doesn't know what happened in between, like what decisions was made. So if you're using specialized AI agents, you can have all of this out of the box: structured documentation, version control decisions, automated assistance, and smart collaboration. So the key components here is that every agent have a specialized role. You have a clear communication following some specific patterns, and you can always go back. For that, you need to use Git as a version control. And everything is documented. It's not like in ChatGPT, they're like, where was this chat I was talking about this and that? And you can do the quality control. You can always regularly review that. So what is the agent structure? So how do you create an agent? You need clearly define the role. So imagine you want to hire someone, and you want to hire someone to delegate some work that you do. So work with AI like you would work with humans. Define the role. And then that's part where I can help you with is to set up the memory system. And you have to think about the scalability of that memory system. You need to define the tools or skill set. the tools and the capabilities that this agent can do. And then the communication protocol, how you're going to speak with it and how should it respond to you. Do you want this thing to explain you every single step, or you just want to have it done? Also, if you want to do the website, you need to think of, first of all, the most important, what is your level? Are you beginner in programming or are you super advanced programmer? Maybe if you're a beginner, you want to have more comments and more explanation. And if you're more advanced, maybe it's just enough for you to see the code and you don't need any explanation. So you can have an agent specifically for your needs. Now, here is an example. There are two agents here. One is secretary. You know, it's nice to have in your office your personal secretary who knows your priorities and who tracks decisions, and like, you know what secretary does, right? And then you have another guy, like a security guy, rule manager. So he will document all the things about the rules in the organization. And there is a part that secretary does, and there is the part that the rule manager does. So that's to creating the system, you need these core components. You need the user management and you need the default behaviors. So if you thinking about the business, you can have an agent who is focused on revenue, and that means he have access to these documents. And there is like some other agent having access to the technical architecture, but this technical architect does not necessarily need to have access to the revenue documents, but it can ask the expert, the revenue expert, all the information that might be important to him. So now in the I will skip some parts because I want to get into live coding, and you can look at this presentation. I will just pause here on the interesting parts. So the memory and documentation. So what do I mean by memory? Memory is basically a file system and folders. Just like for humans, it's important folder name and the file name. It's super important for AI. Like if you want it to be super effective, you need to give it the proper names. And also you can ask AI to do it for you. So with the architect AI, it will basically do it for you. And that's basically what you see right now on the screen is how you would work with this AI system. So there is some things you can do daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly. And this specific personal life OS agent can help you with your life, like starting with yourself. And then the secretary can help you with your business life. So you can play around with them. I think they're quite easy to set up. If not, let me know. I will help you with that. So the first one you can try is the personal life management system. It's called Life OS, basically. And here you just clone this repository. If you don't know how to clone, just please write it in the questions in the document that I shared in the chat. And then I found I usually do a year compass. Like I feel every year, like I download this booklet, year compass, and do like analyze what did I do it last year, what I want to do next year. But this, when I was creating this Life OS coach, I asked, is there any alternative? And it came up with a level 10 life method. And I loved it. And actually, it's compatible with the objectives and key results. And it helped me basically to set up my priorities for this year. And whenever I need some personal advice or like a life coach, I will go and use this agent. Now, as for my own business, I'm using AI Secretary, and you can also give it a try. Here, you just go to this repository, and we can try this up together. So this one will help you with the business in general, like how do I make money? But if you're interested in specifically in how to create the website, I think you can just start with, I have here designer starter kit. Ignore that it says designer. Basically, it will create the whole website for you. So as you see in my website, this one is 100% AI, done by AI. Like I didn't design it. I didn't, I maybe did some review and said, I don't like this, can you change that? But the design, the content, the programming, everything is done by AI here. Another example of the website done completely by AI is this one, Learn by Doing Academy. This one as well, 100% by AI. And another one that when I discovered everything, where I used the AI Secretary and I used the basically AI Secretary had all the different agents. There is an agent for as a website designer. There is another agent that helps like with business goals and so on and so on. Like we can go and take a deeper look at that if you want. So everything that you see here, this is quite a complex system. Design, programming, the content, everything here is 100% AI generated. Right now, we are going like more into detail and now starting polishing things, but still it's possible doing it using the AI Secretary. But of course, you need to enable it, and how to do it, we can look up in this blog post. So I will right now make a 5-minute break from the presentation, and I will go and look in the questions that you had in the document. So the first question is, which model should I use? So if I have a cursor, and how do I set up a course? So there is I already shared another video about setting up the cursor, how to design a website with the cursor. There is a link in the event invitation. You can see all of that. I don't think I need to repeat all of that. I want to go today in more detail. Like one good thing is, or bad thing. Meanwhile, the cursor AI, the UI changed a little bit. So here, instead of tabs, you have now this selector here. So here you need to select agent, and the model you need to select the Claude 3.7 Sonnet. Now, answered that question, Claude 3.7 Sonnet. Now, how to navigate between Explorer view and Solution view like in Visual Studio? You don't. So I mean, I don't do that. I don't do that, and I will explain you now why. I'm using the browser, and now just to show you the last thing I did is I'm having here WeDance running locally. So the project is started, and then maybe I want to go on some page, and here I have some warning in the console. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go here in the cursor chat, and I say, are there any warnings on the page? And it's gonna use the MCP. I have to accept. I have to say, yeah, please do it. and it want to get console error. Good, let it do that. Then it want to check the network errors. Great, I'm fine with that. Then it wants to make a screenshot. Fine. So it just discovered that there are several warnings on the page. Extraneous non-emit listeners. Okay, and then there is a suspense warning, and there is missing property warning. So if we go through the console logs, we see that there is this missing property warning. So that's the last one, I think. So the main issue appears to be with post component. So, and then I say fix missing property warning and ensure there are no errors. So now it have access basically to the whole browser. So it have access to the console, to the warnings, errors. It can make a screenshot. I can even select here just some element and tell it, hey, which element is selected right now? And it has access to all of that. So right now, something is happening here. He's changing the code. I don't see why it want to change that. So okay, let it do its work and see if it actually helped. Because now I don't have to give it every time then I do something. I don't actually have to copy paste all the errors that I see in the console. Now, if you're interested in how to set up this, what I have here, there is you go to the cursor settings, and then you'll find here MCP. MCP stands for Model Context Protocol, and you can find a lot of different MCP servers. For example, you can have access to Reddit, to Stack Overflow, to Google, to whatever. Like there are 100,000 of MCP servers. But the most interesting, you can add a new MCP server that is access to your browser. As you see here in my browser, I have the browser tool MCP extension. So it's over here. It's now enabled. So, and through this extension, Cursor AI have access to see my browser. And if you want to use it, just follow this instruction: browser tools agent desk AI installation. So you will need, I think they have quite a good guide here on how to do that. So you'll just need to install the browser extension. So if you look for extensions in the Chrome, then you need to activate here developer mode, and then click load unpacked, and then from the downloaded files that you download from this website, you just choose the Chrome extension, follow all these guides. I think there are quite a lot of good screenshots and commands that you need to use either on Mac or Windows, so it should work fine for you. So I will just share it here in the chat. In the Google Meet chat. So now you can also enable it, and now your Cursor AI is aware of your browser and what's happening, like if there are any errors and so on. So now back to my original prompt. And not sure what exactly happens here, but I just wanted to show you. I started using it quite recently, so you might even have like more ideas how to use it. The main point that I wanted to show you is that now there is a way to communicate to get a cursor to communicate with your browser, and that's very important, I think. Now, I have another project. This is the Live OS. What I did here is that I provided additional tools or additional abilities to that AI agent. So this AI agent is able to check my Gmail and add tasks to Todoist. I'm just using the API, and this AI agent helped me to create this script to access the Google Mail API and the Todoist API. So you basically can do the same. And the way how it works is that I just can chat I can just chat with the cursor, and it will execute some commands, and these commands will communicate either with Gmail or Todoist. And right now, as you're seeing, there is this MCP servers, which are basically doing the same thing. And now you can create a new MCP server that extends the functionality of the Cursor AI. So now it's by default, Cursor have only 5 capabilities. It can read the files, it can change the files, it can add the files, it can delete the files, and it can run commands. But with MCP servers, or by providing special commands, you can make it even more smarter and capable. So here is example how this agent is capable. So how I did it without MCP. So I told him, look, you have the following scripts. If you do todos add, basically it runs this command, and you can add a task to my Todoist. And then if you run email list, you basically get the list of my emails. And then it can help me to see if I have any emails that important to start my day with. So this is all about the tools. Now I think I'm a little bit off track. I need to come back and see if you had any other questions meanwhile. So now that was a long way to answer your question about the Explorer view and solution view in the Visual Studio. So don't do that. Use the browser, because browser is more capable, and through the browser you have access to this MCP extension, and then Cursor can see and interact with your browser. How to start ASP.NET applications directly from Cursor with specific configuration files. Answering this question, you start with the ASP.NET. You don't use any AI, like you don't have to use AI for everything you do. So maybe you just find the ASP. I haven't worked with ASP.NET for a long time, but probably there is some repository that's called something like that, ASP.NET Starter Kit. So what you do is clone this repository. Let's do it right here. So I'm gonna clone this repository. And I open Cursor in that repository. Now we have it here. So this is your skeleton of your project. Now, the only thing you need to do is to create the Cursor rules. Now, the big question is, what do you need here in the Cursor rules? And this is where AI can help you. I need Cursor rules for this project that helped me do my work as a developer, as ASP.NET developer, more efficient. So how to create Cursor rules? First of all, ask Cursor to do it for you. This is the first time I'm touching ASP.NET. I never worked with that before. I don't even like. I heard something changed in .NET. Like now, they completely changed the core and so on and so on. But honestly, haven't tried it in 15 years. So, and here you go. It already generates the cursor rules. I hope I answered that question. So the question was about ASP.NET. Ask Cursor AI to do it. So yeah, that's not what I expected. So no, that's not what I want. So I'll tell it, no, that's not what I want. By the way, I have here, I installed the extension. It's called, I think, Better Dictation. It's for, I had to pay for it, but I think it works like this, that I click something like preferences, general. So I click option V, and then I start talking, and it will just right here. No, option V, no, it doesn't work. No, well, it worked recently, but not anymore. Well, basically you can dictate it as well, but good. The demo gods are not with me today. That's not what I want. I need a prompt in that file that helps you to help me. Maybe like that. Will it get me? Okay, we're starting understanding each other. So, okay. So this is what you can start with. But now maybe if you take my blog post and you feed it with my blog post. So where's my blog post? This is like this one. So I want to stop it. No, stop. Don't do anything. That's fine. I don't want that. Okay. So here we go. And please read this article and apply what you learned. So I just gave it my blog post basically and asked it to apply that in the cursor rules. You can also do that. So I think main idea here is that what I wanted to show, like in more detail, what I wanted to tell you is basically go through these 4 articles. You don't have to do it yourself. You can ask AI to do it for you. Use cursor rules. Look, it got the idea. It's using the JSON structure right now, and it will help you to create the best prompt that it needs in order to be the best help for you. And you have to iterate on that every day. Every time that you see that you have to repeat something to the AI, you just tell the AI, hey, why did I have to repeat to you this so many times? Why did you do that? Can we update something in our relationship? And your relationship is this cursor rules file. So, and then you like, okay, let's change our agreement. That's your contract. That's your agreement with the AI agent on which terms you collaborate. So now back to the questions. We have only 5 minutes left. How do you use Cursor rules to more quickly onboard new team members and assign them tasks to work on? You mentioned elsewhere not using GitHub issues, but using Cursor rules instead. So for the onboarding, actually, I was starting using the secretary on WeDance so that everyone who joins the organization, the only thing they need to do is just to chat and say, hi, like my name is that, and what shall I do next? And it will just go through the backlog, go through all the issues and find the most priority issue based on the CV of that person to give that person the best thing to work on, and also will assist this person to do their job good. Currently, I shut it off to see how it works without it and to improve our processes and so on. But I was using it since day number 1, and that's how I basically built the whole project. Currently, it's turned off, but look at Secretary AI. The way you generate playlists for your DJ set is really cool. Can you make your DJ set generator Cursor rules open source? Yes, I can do it right now. No, I can't. It will take some time. Yes, I will do it and share link here. Have you heard about Cursor directory? Yeah, the Cursor directory is bullshit. I'm sorry, but that's what it is. I went through most of this stuff. Oh, okay. Sorry, that's not. Maybe that's not the one. There was something like Cursor rule. Okay, the Cursor rules. This thing. Look at that. This is the plain text. I'm still fighting with between is it the JSON or the text, but you can try it yourself. Don't take my word for it. Try it yourself. Try JSON and try the text. And I'm pretty sure that JSON works better. And if I see the Cursor rule that is written like that, like the normal text, I don't understand why the Cursor AI need the text if you already have README MD. So usually what I would do first is like the README is README MD. And then it can read that file. So why do you need to repeat the same thing? Like this all information, like the code structure, the naming, the thing, is also useful for the people, right? Why do you have to duplicate this 2 times, 1 time in README and 1 time in the Cursor rules? So, and then I thought Cursor rules have to be something else. And that's basically the one question that I had for a year. Why would you copy README in the Cursor rules? Is there, and then if you can do it like that, and basically it will start reading that. So if I just say add a new homepage. The first thing it has to do right now is actually to check the project structure to see what rules it have. And this rule is, hey, there is a README file. So go to the README file and read it first. That's what it did. So this is the minimum Cursor rules file that you can have. If you have a README file, ensure that you actually point to it so that the first thing that the system will do is check this file. Now back to your questions. Cursor walkthrough demo on how your rules integrate into your app, please. Can you explain how MCP works and how to use it? I think I showed how the MCP works, and I shared the link where you can go over in more detail is this one. And there are quite a lot of videos already on YouTube. I can even share with you the one that I looked at, and I didn't look for lots of them. So so you can get this YouTube, and I think it should answer all of your questions basically. Now, so far so good. I don't see any other questions except the cursor walkthrough demo of how your rules integrate into your app. Okay, so I have my my own website where I still have rules, and I always use it. Need just to find this project. Was it the home page? I think it had to be that one. So, and let's see what the cursor rules here. So the cursor rules here is that here I think I have secretary here installed. Yep, this is the secretary. So we can see how to work with that. So here we have the my page, my home page, which is this one, right? And if I decide to run it, I need to check on the README, pnpm install and pnpm dev. Maybe I need to close all the other windows because this one is running too. So I remove this one, close all the other projects. So here we go, pnpm dev. So now, what do I want to add on my page, on my blog? For example, there is something I don't like. I don't like how the users page. I don't like how users page look like. Can you make it more useful and engaging? Also, everyone who is looking my live coding now, I want them to subscribe to my Telegram channel, which is https me Razbakov. So basically, that's how I use it. I have my website. I just go to the chat and I say something I want it to be changed on my website, just like I would go to designer, project manager, developer, secretary, whoever who is in charge of my website, what them to do with this website. Or I also ask sometimes questions like, what is wrong with it? Can you be like, can you give me some review of that? So, and here we go. It knows all the structure of my website. It doesn't ask me anything. I don't have any page open here. And it goes over here, and it just found everything that it's needed. And now it's updating the user's view page. So it's, and it should show you an update just in a few seconds. And if there are no more questions, so let's see. So we just changed the way how it works. Now, now it's more categorized. So as you see how it was before and how is it now. So it was like that. Not very cool. Now it's cooler. And if it added the link to Telegram, I hope. Yep. So that's my Telegram channel. Just like my last name, you'll find this Rozbakov AI first. And as soon as I publish anything, like if I if I don't know what's going on, I can write no longer in the chat. Something is blocking me right now. So yeah, as soon as I write any blog posts or I have any other live sessions, the first thing where I post this information is on my Telegram. After that, maybe also somewhere else. But this is also the place where we can have conversations. It have comments and so on. So that is an example how I would do any change on my website, and I don't have to explain anything to the system because it already knows everything about it. Like there are a lot of there is a documentation folder. There information about the structure of my website, the purpose of each page on my website. There I have a backlog with my content ideas, what I want to focus on, and I also can say, okay, I love that. I can just go to Git and save it, like improve users page. And the next thing I can say, what next blog post should I write? And it also will come up with a new topic that I can post on my blog. So the biggest discovery that I did in January is that not to use AI as a helper, but to use AI as start with AI. Don't pull AI when you need it, but let it be with you when you're starting. Let it be with you in the very beginning of this whole adventure. And then you will have much better results. And document everything. Like, I was thinking maybe should I save all the prompts? No, don't save the prompts. Make it generate the outcome in the file and save that file, because that's more important rather than response that you get from the AI. So, and just to show you like the ideas it came up for my blog is next blog post recommendations, AI-powered code review, building a system that catches what humans miss. Interesting. That why not? Maybe I'll just do it right now. From prototype to production, scaling AI projects in real-world applications, building a personal knowledge management system with AI, the developer's guide to prompt engineering, integrating AI into legacy system, a practical approach. Wow, that I think might be interesting. Building a dance community platform, lessons from WeDance. Yeah. AI-enhanced web development tools and techniques for the modern developer. So that's all I wanted to show. And I don't see any other questions. So if you have any questions, please, now you can raise the hand and we can go now in a normal communication. If so, then let's wrap it up. I would like go one by one, and you to tell me, was this workshop something that you were expected? Did it meet your expectations? What was good and what was bad? Nate, let's start with you, then Oliver. Nate?
Yes. Hey, yeah, this was great. It was kind of a whirlwind through a lot of different things, but I liked that you showed your personal projects and how you're using Cursor. I liked that there was a Q&A so people could get specific questions asked, and I'm really looking forward to see your DJ set. I was the one who asked that question.
Cool.
Thanks for putting this together.
Thank you. Oliver, and then Alex.
Yeah, thank you for the inspiring presentation. And it was really cool because you really made a deep dive into the system. So, and especially the MCP service were new to me. So I think that opens up a lot of more possibilities. And yeah, so I will go forward with this thing. Yeah, thank you a lot. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Alex, and then Dan.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. Sorry, my camera is off. Yeah, it was very useful. I think so. I'm also using Cursor, but I didn't configure by now any rules inside, so it worked without any rules. Probably it just figured it out somehow because I've started it with an open source repository, and probably it was something there. I need to check. Yeah, I like it.
Thank you. Dan, and then Igor.
I thought the concepts were really amazing, and I can see that you spent a lot of time trying to pick up the latest features out of Cursor. I'm still learning about the workflow, and it would be super helpful to have more hands-on when you talk about a concept, to then be able to drill right down and say, and here's how you do it, and here's what it looks like. If you just spend a minute on that, I think I would be much more clear on these things and how to do them for myself. But this was awesome. Thank you very much, Oleski.
Thank you. Igor?
So I think like then that you should, I think it would be better if you spend a little more time on explaining how to work with the systems and things like this. But my note is not written with new stuff, and it's so I would.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And that's why, guys.
By the way,
Figuring out.
Alex?
can I ask something? Yes.
Sure.
Did you try also other IDEs which are using AI, like Windsurf? And there is this version of this Chinese version, Try, it's called.
Yeah.
Did you try those? And if you try those, why did you stick with Cursor? I'm very curious about that. Because I've chosen Cursor as well, but I'm curious what was like your reason behind it.
Yeah, very good question. Actually, I used, I didn't want to switch to Try, but that I heard that it's for free. I stopped paying the license for the Cursor and I started using Tray. One thing I don't know, and I couldn't figure out if the Tray is using the same idea with the Cursor rules or not, because Cursor rules in its name have Cursor. So is Tray using the same approach, or is it possible to configure? I didn't figure out. But overall, I love Tray. If you want something for free, use Tray, but it only works on Mac. And I used in the Cursor, I also used the DeepSeek, and I also built the Telegram chatbot that would use DeepSeek and would have a connection to the database and to the file system, and that would do something. So basically, I have my personal AI coach or secretary that, like, my computer is at home and it runs the server, and then I'm from my phone writing on Telegram something, and it will do this for me on the computer and then text me back. That was like when I got it working, and First of all, I started to use Claude, but Claude is very expensive. And DeepSeek, when you use API, you need to pay, but so little. I was amazed. Like it's the 10 euros a day with the Claude, or less than €1 a day with the DeepSeek. And I use DeepSeek quite a lot. I mean, comparing to ChatGPT, I think DeepSeek is more powerful, or it gives me better answers. I love them more than ChatGPT. So that's what can I say about others.
Another question: did you thought about privacy? Because there is like a price to pay when you are using Trae. It's free, but it's not free. And if you are like searching everywhere about privacy, you will not find anything, or you will find that everything so your code, so everything what you will write there, they can use. Did you make a little research in this area of privacy and how like all those IDs are using your code?
I'm a big fan of transparency and open source, and I build in public. So everything that I do is in open source, and that means I'm not concerned about privacy, if it makes sense to you.
Yeah.
But also with the DeepSeek, what you can do, you can download the model locally, disconnect it from internet, then you have privacy.
I have also a recommendation which I've came up with. So for example, I'm using Trae for like generic things like components and things which I don't care about privacy there anymore. The privacy is more on the logic, on the application logic, and what the real application is doing. Yeah, if this is not an open source one. So I'm using Trae for those generic things. Where I don't care about privacy, and I can just use it, like you said, for free. And it's somehow the equivalent of Cursor, but you can just ask a lot of things. But also Cursor, I didn't reach like those 500 post requests, how they are called. So.
Oh, as soon as you start including, if you have like the documentation that I have, just to show you an example on the big project, what kind of like, how is it done? Like in my homepage, it's not a big project, it's just a homepage, right? But when I have a big project, you can also find this project. It's on WeDance v4. Like this is the URL of this project. It's an open source. So what you can find here is that we have docs, and under docs you have business plan, history, objectives and key results, organization, people, governance, agreements, code of conduct, circles, decisions, domains, drivers, meetings, processes, the roles, the attentions, the product architecture, and all this is mainly AI with like generated, but there have been a lot of things. Like I started with my ideas, like I have the intro of like I want to build a participatory network, and it's also a new concept, so I also described what is this concept. I found some articles in the internet about this concept. I feed it to the Cursor AI, and then I started building this, like I have the basic idea of the sociocracy, sociocracy30.org. This is the framework on creating organizations. I gave it the whole guide on how to do that, and I asked it to help me creating the whole structure with all the files that I need and help me structure that. So every time there is a question, there is an answer to the decision that we made. So it doesn't try to do something else. It actually knows that we already decided on that. I don't have to repeat it on that. So every time that you see that you have to repeat something to the AI, make a rule make it in there, make it in its short-term memory. And the short-term memory is the cursor rules, and the long-term memory is the files, is everything that is saved in the markdown files, and so on. Does it make sense?
Yeah, sure. And this will probably decrease the number of requests which you will make.
Yep.
And did you have any problems with Cursor with this timeout?
Timeout? Yeah, there sometimes sometimes it happens, like some issues with the Claude or with the Cursor. Yeah. And then what I do, that's a good time for me to switch to Tray, or good time to go to DeepSeek or ChatGPT. So like I'm not blocked if AI is not there. And also sometimes I'm like, okay, today is a day when I don't use AI and try out, to use my muscles.
Yeah, makes sense. But
so
your muscles needs to be there all the time.
Yeah, and what is most important for developers is to not trust everything that you see. You need to review every single line, and if you don't understand it, first go and understand it. But you need to understand every single line you see. If you don't understand the code that's been produced, that's not the way to go. Like, you really need to have an understanding of that. And also in general with AI stuff, like what's going on. If you have a proposal of AI, don't take it for granted. Go to consultant and ask if this is good. There might be legal issues, privacy issues, and so on. Just don't take it easy. So to wrap it up, in the same document, I created a new page called Next Sessions. So if you have ideas about what you would like to go through in the next live session, just write down here. Also, the reason why today I was jumping over different topics, because I wanted to show you the overview, kind of touch which topics, which areas I know or I have experience with, that you see here a little bit and here a little bit. But if you want to go deep on that specific topic, that's why there were questions. I was also trying to go deeper in this question and show you with examples. But if you want the whole session about being deep on the topic, please write it down in this document. And I have all your emails from the event. I will reach out to you, write an email, and also send you the link to the published video. Thank you very much, and have a nice day.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.